Hello everyone, my name is Rohit Nair and I am a chartered accountant by profession. And in today's video, we are going to review the much awaited and one of the biggest IPOs of the year, Shyam Metallics, which is going for an IPO of roughly over 900 crores. I have divided the video into 5 parts about the company, analyzing the numbers, comparing with its competitors, industry analysis, IPO details, and of course, the conclusion. So, let's get started. About the company Shyam Metallics. Shyam Metallics is mainly into production of steel and its products used in building infrastructure. They buy iron ores, coal, chrome, ore, and manganese to produce their goods. They are mainly into production of sponge iron and ferroalloys. Sponge irons are basically an intermediate good that is used for production of steel. If you see the sponge iron under a microscope, it looks like a sponge, hence the name sponge iron. They also produce steel billets, wire rods, and structural products like TMT bars. TMT bars you might have seen, these are basically used in construction. They also produce aluminum foils. अबे ये वाला aluminum foil नहीं cut. This one. These are aluminum foils that is used in big industries. These are not those aluminum foils that is used to cover your food. They have 3 factories, 2 in West Bengal and 1 in Odisha. They are among the largest producers of ferroalloys and 4th largest player in the sponge iron industry in terms of annual installed capacity. These factories are very strategically located in the eastern part of India, where generally the ores are found and are very near to roads, railways, and ports. In fact, these factories have railway sidings within the factory premises itself, and major transportation happens in these railway sidings. These factories have received various quality certifications and have high capacity machines. These factories are very well equipped, as you can see from the videos, and they claim to use the waste material and byproducts very efficiently. They have very big customers like Jindal Steel, Dharma Port Company, Steel Authority of India, and ISW. Their products are also being exported to many countries across the globe and have high number of distributors. The promoters of this company are basically 3 people: Mahabir Prasad Agarwal, Brij Bhushan Agarwal, and Sanjay Kumar Agarwal. So this was a very brief introduction of the company. Analyzing the numbers. In this segment, we compare the numbers of the company and also with its competitors. The company's sales or revenue were like this. From 3,900 crores in March 2018, it increased to 4,600 crores in March 2019. That means it increased by 19.4%. Then it came down to 4,300 crores in March 2020. That is almost a downfall of 6%. If we compare the revenue from 31st December 2019, that is 9 months ending 31st December 2019 to 31st December 2020, we can see that there is an increment in performance from 3,283 crores to 3,933 crores. That is an increment of around 19.7%, which is actually quite impressive. The sales bifurcation among the products, like there are many products, so we'll see what is the percentage of every product to the sales. Ferroalloys consist of 18%, TMT products, wire rods, and pipes contribute around 23%, steel billets consist of 24.4%, sponge iron consists of 20.37%, and iron pellets, these consist of 14.28%. The distribution of products is more or less equally distributed. Now let us compare the profit after tax. From rupees 528 crores in 2018, it increased to 636 crores in 2019. That is an increment of 8.6%, which eventually decreased to 340 crores in 2020. That is a 41% downfall, which attributes to COVID, of course. And if we compare the profit after tax of 9 months ending December 2019 and 9 months ending December 2020, From 260 crores, it increased to 456 crores. Now that's a huge jump of 75.16% increment, and that is actually quite impressive. Now let us compare the net profit ratio for all these periods. We see that an average of 13% net profit ratio in 2018 and 2019, which fell to 7.74% in March 2020, and it recovered to 11.42% in December 2020. Now let us look at the return of equity. Whoa, the return on equity is really impressive. In 2018, a return of equity of 22.89%, 24.27% in 2019, and 12.04% in 2020. The return on equity is actually quite good, except in 2020, which obviously is again due to the COVID pandemic. This gives a weighted average of 17.93%, which is actually good. For 9 months period December 2020, it has a ROE of 13.89%. Now let's compare the numbers with their competitors. We are comparing the numbers with their peers, namely Tata Steel Limited, JSW Limited, Steel Authority of India Limited, and Tata Steel Long Products Limited. If we compare the sales, we notice that the sales of Shyam Metallics stands only second last, just next to Tata Steel Long Products Limited, and is quite less as compared to its peers. However, you should note that the peers have much more wider range of selling products, and Shyam Metallics also sell products to these companies. If we compare the return on equity of all these companies, the best is of Shyam Metallics at 12.04% for December 2020. If we compare the NAV per share, that is the net asset value per share, the lowest NAV among its peers is of Shyam Metallics. However, the earning per share is second best among its peers. From these, we can conclude that Shyam Metallics does have large numbers to boast, but is comparatively a smaller company among its peers. It does have good prospectus with the best return on equity on board. Next segment is industry analysis. Now let us see the steel industry globally. As on 2019, you can notice that China is the biggest steel producer in the entire world with over 50% of the production, with India next to it only contributing 6%, then Japan, then US, and so on. Now, if you see the per capita usage in India comparing with global countries, we notice that China has the biggest per capita usage of steel, followed by Japan and other nations, while India stands the lowest. However, it has been forecasted that the per capita usage would improve in India, especially considering heavy infrastructure allocation from the budget 2021 and overall post-COVID improvement in the economy. If we see the Indian market, the steel industry grows with an average of 5.4% of CAGR, and it's also forecasted by CRISIL that the steel industry would grow by 5 to 6% CAGR from 2022 to 2025. Now let's see the machine capacity comparison with its competitors. In case of sponge iron industry, it is divided into two parts. There are 7 large players like Adhunik Metal, JSW, Tata, which contributes up to 14 metric ton capacity of sponge iron, while the rest of 33 metric ton capacity are produced by 278 small units. So in large players, Shyam Metallics stands at 4th position with 1.4 metric ton capacity, while the highest is with Adhunik Metals with over 7 metric ton. In case of pellet capacity, if we see the top 5 companies, Shyam Metallics does not come in the top 5 companies with only 2.4 metric tons. So guys, that was a small and a brief overview of the industry. Risk. The next segment is of risk. There are few risks that is associated with the business. The first one is the company does not have lot of long-term contracts for purchase of raw materials. So the success of the business depends highly on maintaining good relationships with the vendors. The second one is government regulations. In case there comes any new government regulation that affects the extracting of ores, then the business would get affected very severely. The third is the demand and price in the steel industry is quite volatile and is very sensitive. The fourth one is, now this is actually quite important, the promoters and other directors have quite number of criminal proceedings against them. If these proceedings become serious, then it might affect the business. Borrowings. The borrowings of the company has been reduced from 3,547 crores in March 2020 to 1,826 crores in December 2020. IPO details. The proceeds from the IPO would be used to pay off the loans and also for expansion purpose. The lead managers for Shyam Metallics IPO are ICICI Securities, IIFL Holdings, Axis Capital Limited, JM Financial, and SBI Capital Markets. The registrar to the IPO is K Fintech Technologies Private Limited. IPO opening date is on 14 June 2021. IPO closing date is on 16 June 2021. IPO allotment date is 21st June 2021. IPO listing date is 24th June 2021. Issue size is 900 crores and retail portion is 314 crores. Lot size is 45 shares and the price band is from 303 rupees to 306. I would suggest you apply at rupees 306. Over here, I would like to give one small tip for you. In case you're planning to apply for the IPO, not only use your account but also use your family member's account so that the probability of you getting the IPO is more. Conclusion. So the big question is, should you invest in it? We have seen many companies like DMart that jumped over 40% on the first day of listing. However, that is not the case always, as the recent IPO of Kalyan Jewellers bombed on the first day of listing. Well, looking at the financials of Shyam Metallics and the fact that IPO is coming after a long time and the company has good prospectus, and considering the PE ratio, I would consider investing in it. And in case you're looking for listing gains, then I feel the chances are 50-50. I hope that you found my video quite informative. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Happy investing.